court made a decision that it was freedom of speech versus discrimination. And with an LGBTQ, where someone can actually deny to make a website for people who are married because it conflicts with their religious values and it fell under freedom of speech.
The U.S. Supreme Court's ruling along ideological lines to exempt some businesses from civil rights laws, siding with Colorado evangelical Christian web designer Lori Smith, who refused to work on same-sex weddings.
I cherish the freedom to express unique and custom messages that celebrate causes that I'm passionate about.
Despite her state's anti-discrimination law requiring businesses open to the general public to serve all equally, the court held the First Amendment right to free speech prohibits Colorado from forcing a website designer to create expressive designs speaking messages with which the designer disagrees. But the court's liberal justices warned the ramifications could stretch much further. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, in her dissent, raising concerns this decision threatens to allow the exclusion of other groups from many services. It's prompting fear from LGBTQ+ community leaders about whether this has opened the door to encourage discrimination.
Their attack on civil rights laws puts everybody who's at risk for discrimination at greater risk.
President Joe Biden expressing his deep disappointment, saying in a statement, "In America, no person should face discrimination simply because of who they are or who they love. When one group's dignity and equality are threatened, the promise of our democracy is threatened." And the nation's first openly gay cabinet member, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, writing on Twitter, "Today's ruling will move America backward."
Chris, you're married. And you're LGBTQ. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with the court or not?
So you're talking about the cake?
Yes, and not the cake. I'm talking about the website designer.
Yeah, so I don't know the case actually, but I guess I know that the Supreme Court declined to really clarify.
So they said that due to freedom of speech, that and her beliefs, that she did not have to design websites for gay people. I think that from what I recall is if it were like everybody else, it was fine, like if it were a regular website, but if it were more in detailed where, her First Amendment right to speech and her beliefs played a role and they actually sided with her. I mean, do you think that's discrimination? If someone who's been married, do you think that if you wanted a website, someone turning you away because of their religious beliefs is discrimination?
I mean, I can see how there's a gray area between the right to practicing your own religion and the right to, not being discriminated for being gay. I don't think, in general, you can rule entirely in one direction or the other. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't say, religion always win, but hopefully they don't say the other way either. I think I would say it has to be arbitrated in a case by case.
Okay. And James, your thoughts on this?
I think it violates the public accommodation law that we have. I don't think it's fair, and I don't think people should have the right to discriminate. What if they said, well, we don't want to do this website for you because you're African American? I don't think people would tolerate that.
I know. What if that was part of the religious thing? I mean,
Well, you have the right to engage in your religious beliefs. However, like any right, there are limits. You don't have the right to discriminate and use religion as the basis for that. It's a shame that here in the year 2024 that we're still denying people services and discriminating against people because of the sexual orientation. It's a shame. I wish the court would just would force people to obey the law and to serve everybody equally.
Thank you for watching the clip. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also stay tuned for more In the Cann with Carmella Cann.